Good morning. My name is Bob Chelle. Sharik has asked me to talk a little bit about myself, which I think most people are a little uncomfortable to do, but I will give you my background. I am a graduate of Bethany College with a degree in economics, and I went directly from there to the University of Dayton and was a graduate assistant in the MBA program and got my MBA here in 1972. Soon after graduation, I actually bought a company called High Voltage Maintenance Corporation. I think it was at age 25. And the company did predictive testing and engineering of power distribution systems in large plants, service bases, and larger hospitals. And I operated that company for 25 years, growing it from one location to 7 locations in major cities in the Midwest. In the late 90s, I was fortunate enough to sell the company to Emerson Electric, a major manufacturing company, in fact a Fortune 500 company based in St. Louis. And I stayed with them for 3 years, operating the company, again high voltage maintenance for them. And then after that, I went into a temporary retirement at age 50. After a few months of being retired, I found it rather boring. All my friends worked, even my wife worked, and I looked for something to do. And coincidentally, at that time, UD received a major gift from an alum, Bill Crotty, to start an entrepreneurship program. And I was asked if I would consider being the first director or founding director of the program, helping to start and build it. And I thought it was just a great opportunity to come back to UD, both as a graduate of UD and as a community leader of some import, to help them with their program. I might regress just for a minute and say, while I was operating my company for those 25 years, I was involved in most of the business nonprofit associations in town. I was chairman of the Chamber of Commerce, chairman of County Corp, the economic development arm of Montgomery County, chairman of Miami Valley Research Park, so in a number of things like that. And I think those contacts and familiarity with town helped me and helped the program in our growth period. The Crotty Center is really a hybrid center, both an academic center and an experiential center for entrepreneurship majors. We staff the first and last class in the curriculum of entrepreneurship majors, and we also operate most of the extracurricular activities that our majors participate in. Some examples of this: we have a real estate challenge where our majors, one semester of each year, study a large apartment complex in teams of 3, and after the 3 months of study, make recommendations to the owners of how they can either improve the top line, that is, improve revenues, through increased tenancy or cutting down their turnover, or reducing some of their operating expenses, resulting in more profits for the owners. It's in its 9th year. It's very well received by the students, and in fact we have a lineup of apartment owners wanting to participate in this. So that's one example of what we do here at the Crotty Center. Another example, and perhaps the only next one I'll mention, is our EAT program, which is Entrepreneurs at the Table. 3 times a year, we bring local entrepreneurs in to have a 1-hour breakfast with our students. They can discuss careers, opportunities that the entrepreneurs see in business ownership in the future. The entrepreneurs can ask our students what they're learning, what are the professors telling them, and kind of test them out in a way. And it's a great way to have our students actually talk to practicing entrepreneurs and understand what it takes both financially and emotionally, to run your own company. Each year we have 33 different entrepreneurs come on campus to participate in this program, so no one entrepreneur is duplicated in any one year. Finally, just last night we had our annual entrepreneurship dinner and the announcement of the winner of the BPC, the business plan competition. We're honoring the graduating seniors in entrepreneurship, as well as announcing the winners of the BPC, and we had 5 finalists this year, as we do every year, with a number of various amounts of money, and also some promise for involvement with our UD Law School with some free legal advice and the ability to pitch their new company in front of some venture capitalists. So that's basically the activities of the Entrepreneurship Center. Shrek asked me about our relationship. I must tell you, a couple of years ago, I got a telephone call from a young man on campus studying electrical engineering, and he told me that he asked around campus of who would be the best person to what Shrek characterized as study under for entrepreneurship, and fortunately, unfortunately, they all said Bob Shelley. So I was very curious at what this young man had in mind, and I said, sure, come on over to my office and describe to me in more detail what you would like to do. So Shrek came over to me, explained that he was getting his master's in electrical engineering, that he wanted to be a business owner and an entrepreneur someday, and he would like to, in some way, somehow, for the complete year, his last year here at UD, be involved with me and perhaps some of my classes and some one-on-one meetings and things like this. That was the start of a very exciting year, both for myself and Shrek. I got to know him very well. He attended all of the classes I teach in entrepreneurship. He also attended the entrepreneurship club meetings. He and I together drove to Chicago for the National Entrepreneurship Collegiate Organization. It's called CEO. And Shrek had 5 hours with me in a car driving up to Chicago, and both of us found it just delightful. And he could ask me really anything he wanted about my experiences and advice, and I think he found that quite rewarding. Shrek I found to be just a wonderful young man, proud of his family back in India, and his family proud of him. And he was lining up his ducks in a row to launch his first effort, albeit his new career once he left UD. I guess finally I'd have to say that I know Shrek is out there doing a number of different things. He would like to be a consultant someday, have his own company someday, and I must tell anyone that is interested, I found him to be a sincere, highly intelligent, devoted, hardworking young man, and I would recommend him for any possible role that a person would want to use Shrek for. That might be for Shrek working for them in some way, for them working for Shrek in some way, and I just know and I'm completely confident that whatever happened with an engagement like that and a relationship, that just very good things would come out of it. So my blessings to Shrek and his family, and I'm young enough to follow his career, and I'm quite interested to see what's going to be happening in the next few years for him.